Hey, Nathan here, helping you become a better jungler. I haven't done one of these for a while. This is going to be a Challenger review of G2 Jankos over on the European West server. This is a really good game from his in terms of very just clean fundamental jungler. Nothing too fancy. The funny thing is actually the more fancy he gets this game, the more he almost throws the game. So basically there's like about 2-3 plays this game. Very simple like plays that he makes through mid, through just flanking correctly, just positioning his character in the right place, and they close out this game in about 29 minutes. He pretty much hard carries this game in terms of obviously those plays, but also he has to deal with a very fair Akali, and his LeBlanc I think finishes like 0-6 or something like that. So he has a pretty big lose in mid lane, a Jarvan top, which is a bit interesting. Like obviously Brox is a jungler for Team Liquid, so he's not a top laner. So in terms of his comp, like if he like sort of gets behind, like this is actually not the ideal comp. You know, especially like LeBlanc champs like LeBlanc. Bot lane, like Pyke and Jhin versus a Thresh Lucian, like these guys are very strong early game. So, yeah, so let's jump into this game here. Let's start with Jankos' runes. So he's going Conqueror, which is very standard. Triumph, Tenacity. Every time you take Tenacity, you think, how much CC do I have to deal with? So we have Elise in the jungle with Cocoon. We have Thresh. I mean, that's really it, but I think that's worth it. You don't want to get one shot by Elise. That's very important to just having that extra tenacity. It could be the difference between, you know, winning the 1v1 or the skirmish or not. And goes coup de grace. And then these are interesting. I haven't seen these two run together, but I guess they make sense. Taste of Blood, Ravenous Hunter. But I mean, I think this he should have gone Bone Plating and Revitalize this game. Like, I mean, yes, I mean, I guess these work in comparison to each other. It's like heal when you damage an enemy champion, and this is, you know, using your abilities and stuff. I mean, maybe he's like trying to like survive on like 10% health or something like that when he's like goes all in to try and kill these like very squishy champions. But I think that the Bone Plating, just for the burst against Akali and Elise, would do really well for him. So I don't know if he's just experimenting with these runes. And he goes attack speed, AD, magic resist. Obviously taking magic resist because he is into an Elise, but he's also into an Akali, so he gets a lot of value out of taking magic resist in there instead of armor. Alright, so let's get Jankos' vision now. And yeah, in terms of like win condition, what you want to do, I mean, really, like bot's very hard to gank early game. I mean, obviously you can use Pyke, CC, but especially if Elise comes out 3v3, these guys lose this. And the Kali is very, very hard to gank in terms of obviously her Shroud. Unless LeBlanc gets a good chain, but top lane is really the only option to gank in the early game. So I'd start Blues this game and just try and get my Jarvan snowball in. So he comes up here, defends his red, and goes down to blue. Takes his Gromp, so very standard path here, nothing too fancy at all. Takes his Wolves, and then there's First Blood already gone. So the Blanc's already set far behind into an Akali lane, which is not ideal at all. Top is pushing, so Jankos is most likely going to come gank this now. Does his red. And if he was looking at this lane the whole time, like, Set hasn't warded. He hasn't placed the ward, he's been in lane the whole time. And he gets pretty greedy there, the Set. And Jankos gets a really good Q, kills him, pushes out this lane. Rift Skull is up, he sees Elise is now bot side. Doesn't even bother helping. Like, I think this is the right move. Akali's level 4 right now. There's just no way this is going to go well for them. Let's get Rift Scuttler. Set does TP back top, so Jankos is potentially looking for a counter gank here, but just decides to back off. Just keep farming. Like, LeBlanc's in a safe position. There's no reason to risk a gank here. Again, like, if he looks to gank this Akali, it's just going to be a waste of time. She has Shroud, she has her E, she still has Flash. There's just a waste of time. Alright, so he's actually looking right now top, and this is pushing the wave, and he's going again. So Jankos is like, okay, let's just re-gank it. Very simple stuff. He actually wants to go through lane here. Burns his flash, gets another kill. pushes this in, and the biggest thing about this now is that Set doesn't have TP, so Set's going to be very far behind now. He's going to lose all his experience in gold. Broxar, I mean, the Jarvan can get a free reset off, so this is really, really, really good for that. I mean, just that 2 simple top ganks. There you go. He's set the Set far behind already, and now we're going bot side for potentially Gromp. Dragon is up. Gets 2 controls from base as well. I talk about this all the time in Lee Sin. It's very important to get 2 controls. Obviously, use it to ward hop, but also you still need to place them for control, especially if you're looking to do Dragon. So yeah, so bots like losing as well. They actually died from that Elise gank as well. So in terms of winning lanes, like really only has top right now from the early game. Alright, so gets his Gromp, comes now for a counter gank. This kills the Thresh. No. Kills the Thresh. And Akali actually shows up here. So definitely can't do Dragon right now. The fact that LeBlanc is, like, spawn times are still very low. LeBlanc's pushed in here. Like, Akali's level 6. LeBlanc's not level 6 yet. And also Jankos isn't level 6. So I'll just be backing off here. Actually, that does get hit by that Q. And he actually dies. Yes, that was... I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. Like, there's no way he was going to kill a level 6 Akali. They do get the shutdown for that. That's actually really, really big. But, I mean, as you can see right now, Akali's 4-on-1. So, definitely not ideal at all. Again, I'm not sure what Jankos was trying to do there. Like, there's just, again, no reason to fight. I potentially would have just based straight after that and then went, you know, back to top side for my Krugs. And then maybe worked my way back down bot for Dragon. But again, I don't know about Dragon. Like, these guys actually have constant priority bot. So his options are very limited right now. In terms of what he can do. So he goes for another re-gank tops. Remember, he knows Set has burnt Flash. Actually, Jarvan's very good to gank with. Especially the fact that he has, you know, ult. But Set's actually really strong. If he hits that thing off with his shield. But Jankos gets the kill. Alright, so pushes this in. So at least is tops. This is good that they haven't got Dragon. This actually opens up a potential opportunity to do Dragon. Say if like Jankos did red right now, he can go and base after this to do his Warrior. Obviously the item spike from Warrior is very big in terms of just junglers in general, but obviously Lee Sin gives you a lot extra power. So he gets finishes his jungle item, gets Warrior, refresh, control wards. Going bot side now. For Dragon, I assume his team does get Rift Scuttler for him. Alright, so we don't actually know where Akali is right now. Bot does have priority. We know Elise is around bot. He's potentially looking for a ward hop back here to gank this, but we just don't know where Elise is. I think this is very risky. Akali, okay, Akali must have based now, so he's actually looking to start Dragon, which I think is really risky. The fact that he doesn't place a control ward right now, like, he doesn't exactly know if this is warded, but mid lane does have priority. No one's really moving. So, I mean, I guess this is a calculated risk. Actually, Elise was bot there, so she actually was looking for the counter gank. I mean, potentially maybe just thought she was obviously waiting there. You can wait there, I'm just going to take drag. Sure, you can kill my Jhin, but I take the Dragon. No, I definitely can't gank bot. I think Jankos should really just go back topside now. Clear his wolves, raptors. What can he base for? Not really anything. I think this is a bit of a waste of time. He must be looking for Elise here. Oh no, he actually is looking for just... He's trying to wait for his Jhin to get back, but... Okay, Thresh actually does get a really good hook there. Thresh wastes his locket here. That's a really, really good that Thresh doesn't have locket anymore. LeBlanc tries to come in. She gets the chain. Burns the Lucian flash. And that's it. Okay, so it does work. They do get the kill there. We don't know where Elise is. Potentially losing Rifthold for this. And is now looking to gank mid here. Yeah, I just think this is a waste of time. As you can see, it's just too hard to gank Akali. She could literally just turn and kill that. LeBlanc with her Ignite. And there you go. So they do lose Rifthold for that play bot. Was it worth it? I'm not too sure. So actually, I mean, if you look at it in terms of now, like the game's in a very bad state. Like bot's still, I mean, they're doing okay. I mean, Lucian's got a Blood and Rune King now, 103. He has a losing mid lane, and all the pressure he put on top right now is now gone. Like the Jarvan's 0-3 literally, and they're going to lose top tower. So we'll see here how Jankos recovers. So he has to give up his entire top side now. They have control of this. He has to give his Krugs. Comes mid, fail ganks the Akali again. Set shows up. There's just no way we can fight this right now. In terms of like everywhere on the map, like 3v3, everything, they're just way stronger. Like Set has Triforce, all the Jarvan has is a Tiamat. Tries to get a kick there, but actually dies this. I think this is a really just not good fight at all. I don't know why Jankos took this. Trying to be flashy, trying to kick the Set into tower, but you know, Set's like pretty tanky. Despite he has full like damage items like a Triforce, like he's not building tank. From just his shield, just his base tank stats are really good. Bruiser champion. Juggernaut. Okay, so now they're going to potentially lose a lot of plates off mid here. Probably not going to be able to get it. And he's now going topside. Okay, so 4,000 gold down. He gets a Kindle gem here. I think he's building Black Cleaver. 2 control wards as usual from base. Really important as a jungler, but especially Lee Sin. Alright, so just clearing his camps. Not really much you can do. They don't have any controlled topside right now. Bot side's really the only place they have a bit of control here, so I mean, Jankos is still just clearing his camps, does his Gromp. Alright, actually comes down here to defend the Lucian. So we actually see Thresh here, so he actually knows that Lucian is ice-led. Gets a really good Q there. Kicks him into tower. And he gets the kill. So that's actually pretty good. Sort of giving Lucian his first death, sort of ruining the momentum. The biggest thing is defending this tower now. That's actually really good. And now Jankos gets to soak up all the experience and gold from this. Push this in. Dragon is spawning soon. Bit of a fight going on mid. There's just no way they're going to be able to win this fight. Like a look at their top side of the map, right? They're just so strong right now. But Jin actually, what happens here? Okay, Jim actually gets it. They land on some traps or something. Okay, actually, Jarvan gets a really good ult off here. And it bounces to get that. Wow, that's actually pretty clean. Alright, well, Jankos looks like he can probably get Dragon now. Just back off, let's just get Dragon. Does a bit of counter jungling first. Wants to take res. Okay, this is I think a little bit too greedy. Does he actually get that? Actually, no, I think he didn't smite that. I mean, you definitely want to save smite for Dragon. So yeah, this is definitely risky. I think that counter jungling was a little bit too greedy. He now has like, I mean, obviously the enemy team's all back from base right now. So, you know, he could be potentially losing this. I mean, he's going for the solo, right? Again, he's not placing control wards right now. Well, he does use it for this. Does get the dragon. Luckily, I mean, seconds later, like that could have gone really south. Now everyone's on a wild goose chase. And Jankos dies. Okay. So didn't have to die there at all. Definitely could have skipped Raptors, even just done red and then done dragon and probably could have escaped. And the worst thing about that now is he actually burnt his flash for that. Alright, so LeBlanc's probably dead top here. Enemy teams, they're pinging it. Set's trying to do a flank or something like that. Jankos is dead still. And comes out of base. Okay, so still behind, but we do have 2 dragons. Sitting here waiting for someone to face check potentially to one-shot them. I mean, the thing is he can't walk into this at all. Enemy team's all missing now. Like, there's just no reason to walk in here. Like, he needs to let lane start pushing. Like, the enemy team start showing, so then he can, you know, I mean, obviously they can just do Rift Herald here, but there's nothing. Like, look at this right now. Imagine if Jankos walked into here. So, really, really good map awareness there from Jankos. Just know when they have full control. When they have a full control of just the top side, or like they pushed in mid and they're all disappeared, be cautious in your jungle. That's where they're most likely there. They're waiting for you to make a mistake and move in there, so then they can pick you off. Alright, so we're actually going for this Set who was pushing in mid. Jankos is playing pretty safe here. He's just trying to wait for his Q. Gets the kill on Set, which is pretty good. He's one of their strongest members, and they actually kill the Elise as well. Alright, great. So they trade 2 for 1 there. That's good. Jankos comes here, gets Rift Scuttler. He's trying to just counter jungle right now. At least he's dead. This is a great opportunity to do it, even though his jungle's up. Use the opportunity when any jungler's dead to just go and take their jungle. So just takes those Krugs. Doesn't finish them all, just wants to get a base off. He can get his Black Cleaver now. And he's actually got another Ruby Crystal. Actually, I think he buys Spirit Visage this game. So just for obviously for the very, very fed Akali and Elise. So I think that makes sense. But I think that the item that's not Spirit Visage, I can't remember his name. I think that item's a bit better than Spirit Visage. Because the fact that, like, I guess that they are pretty bursty, so... And you do get the extra CDR potential from Kindle Gem. Alright, so looking for a flank now. So these are the simple plays that I'm going to talk about that we're actually going to see here. So he's like not showing on the map right now. He's just waiting for the enemy team to like overextend or something mid. And obviously Lee Sin is very strong. It's strongest when he's behind them. Gets a kick off, especially on like a Lucian that he's going for right now. Ward jump, kick, very clean. Gets the knock up on Thresh. These are the plays that I'm talking about. So just positioning, just flanking on Lee Sin. It's very effective. Alright, so Thresh and Lucian are dead. Set, we know he's like most likely alone. They do have vision here, so they know if the enemy team is potentially walking up. Simple kill on the Set there. 3 on 1. Checks the red, but now we have third dragon coming up. So team can't contest this now. Set's dead. We do have a good control of this. LeBlanc's got priority bot. Now fourth dragons and Dragon Soul's becoming a very, very good win condition for them. Alright, so buys bases here. Yep, getting his Nail Magic Mantle, so definitely building Spirit Visage here. Takes his Wolves, takes his Gromp. And now his bot side, again, the same mindset, looking for a flank. Looking to try and get behind them, just waiting patiently, waiting for Lucian to walk up. And the thing I really like about this is that he's sort of identifying that the enemy team's still like pretty much stronger than them. They're going to be able to get river control better. The place that they're going to control is top side of the map. So if he's bot side, they most likely don't have vision of this, and he's constantly threatening the flank. So that's pretty like smart by Jankos here, just to identify, like, give up top river control. Like, obviously Baron is a potential objective, but sort of just have to risk. I mean, the best I can do with this situation, given that, you know, my LeBlanc's 0-6, I have a Jarvan, he's doing okay now, is really smart. So again, just sitting there, this is definitely not warded, he knows. Wants to reposition here, go for another flank here. Again, ward kick, kicks Elise in. She has to burn her E. Very simple plays that are just absolutely working for these guys. And there you go, kill 3, and now we're going to take Baron. So it's such a good example of just waiting for the right position, the right moment, not just being like a Lee Sin hero and trying to do like insane plays, like just very easy, ward hop, kick. He's not trying to go for any sort of like crazy insects or something like that, you know, with his Q and his ult and a ward jump. And there you go, they take Baron here. The good thing about Cloud Drake as well is that they well, obviously reduces the cooldowns, and like here we are able to potentially get like 2 kicks off in a fight, to be honest. It's just going to be up constantly. Alright, so they actually win another team fight here. The enemy team sort of just runs in one by one. And the game is now turned. So this is actually their first gold lead, I think, this entire game. Dragon's coming up probably in about 2 minutes or so. They get their first mid tower right now. Bases finishes Spirit Visage. His topside, bot side jungle is up. Dragon's coming up soon. Takes his blue. He just wants to obviously keep the pressure right now. Help his Jarvan. Just keep pushing out with Baron. Really good kick there. Into a Pike ult. See, now they're just picking them off one by one. Bases, gets 2 control wards, now goes topside here. Okay, so he actually goes topside to defend the inhibitor offset. I don't think he can 1v1 set though still. I think set's really strong. Yeah, he gets that. But Jarvan does come here. So they lose the inhib, but they do trade bot inhib for it. Dragon's up, his team's going to go take that now. This is probably not going to be able to contest. They have full vision control there. Yeah, Jankos goes like, yeah, potentially help Dragon, but not, don't need to. Backs off, so they do have Cloud Dragon Soul now. Potentially looking for a pick in the jungle. But at least sort of just cocoons him and gets away. I think Jankos sort of messed up the kick there. Kicking her over the wall sort of helped her a little bit. Alright, they kill this Lucian. Actually, I mean, potentially this is pretty risky. We don't know where the enemy team is. I mean, like, they do have flashes to potentially get out, but killing Lucian is obviously really good for them now. Now they can just keep sieging. That bot's going to start pushing soon. So the siege in mid with Lucian dead. Lucian is going to be up soon. I don't actually know if these guys can continue the siege unless they kill someone else. Oh, they should be able to get this inhibitor. No, actually Akali goes and one-shots Pike. Then and now they're on the retreat. Whoops. So Jarvan tries to go for a flank, just backs off. The enemy team does need to react to this wave now. Right, so Jankos is just using the enemy team having to react to the wave, just making Elisa's jungle his. Constantly counter jungle, like he's 2 levels up right now, even though he's like, 4 CS behind. Pike actually misses that ult on Thresh. Jankos misses his Q. But Akali is bot, so this is actually fine. They kill Alicia, should be able to get this mid in here now. And actually, super minions are pushing in, so this should be actually a pretty good punch game. Alright, that's game over. So, yeah, I mean, in terms of recovery, really good job by Jankos here. I mean, he had theoretically at 1.3 losing lanes, like he put all his pressure topside. Still died a bunch of times to Elise ganks, but again, pretty much 2-3 simple plays. Had a really good priority on focus on dragons, allowed them to get 4 dragons. Again, just highlighting just how important that objective is. So you can check out my full notes from this review over my blog, nathanmott.gg. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.